champ. Welcome to Frances Thinks. So, in the old days, before modernization, men had to go out to go hunt, farm. The animals then we didn't have all these buildings and equipment and technology and all that. Life wasn't this easy. So then it was easier. Looking at women and looking at the male physique. The male physique, they have the muscles, the strength, the stamina and all that. Men looking at them and they have more, you know, muscle mass. So it was easy for the men to go out, do all the work. And the women were who then seemed fragile. It wasn't really much brain work. They seemed fragile, lesser mass, muscles, smaller bones, and all that. Would stay home, cook, clean, take care of the kids, give birth, just take care of the home front. While the male or the men go out to do the work and bring home the money, the bacon, as it's called. Bring home the money to take care of the home front. The women just make sure everything is available, they cook, they clean, they do all that. So it was a shared, a symbiotic relationship. You do this, I do that. And it continued for a while. Then modernization came. Things were, because that same ideology of women can't do so much continued. And the men were still the ones doing all the work, bringing home the bacon, until women decided they needed to work too. So I don't know about other parts of the world, but I know about Africa, Nigeria. And I know even then, our women didn't just stay home. We had places where the women do the work, they farm, they do all that. And all that. So, okay, let's just say then it was the man's job to go out, work, earn money, choose and take care of the wife and the children. While the wife's job was to stay in, give birth, take care of the home front, make sure food is available, go to the market, do all the necessities, the necessary things for the home front, for the home. So it was still a shared relationship. It was symbiotic. I do this, you do that. And everybody knew their place. Like, okay, yeah, it's my job to do this, take care of the home, make sure everybody is fed, cook, clean. I'm not working. My work is the home. And the man knew, yeah, my work is to make sure my wife, my kids, everybody, there's money, take care of their needs. Then, in the last, let's say pre-independence to now, because most of our grandmothers didn't work. They were housewives. Or even if they did anything, they just sold things in front of their houses and all that. So they could easily take care of the home front. And they all stayed in their marriages. Marriages seemed to last longer then. Also, we think they were happy. Also, people think that the marriages were happy. But marriages lasted longer then because everybody knew their place. But now, the divorce rate is really high. A lot of people are wondering what's going on, what's wrong. As usual, these are my thoughts. I didn't go get them from anywhere. I'm just thinking out as I normally think. I think a lot. So I think why divorce rate is high now is, like I told you about the pre-modern times. There was a symbiotic relationship. You knew this was your place and I knew this was my place and everybody was happy and okay with it, supposedly. But now, like 50 years ago, the amount of women who attended schools in Nigeria were not that much. It was mainly male, males in school. Females weren't that much. Even if they went to school, maybe they stopped at secondary school, 50, 60, pre-independence, they really go to university. The universities were filled with men, proportion of men to women. Yeah. So, but now, even if those who went to universities and those who went to secondary school, as in, what it was it Form 6 or Form 5, they called it then, they got married and their husbands be like, no, eh, you should stay home. I'll go out and make the money. So most of them turned out to become housewives, or maybe they become teachers. That's what happened then, and everybody was still okay with it. You know. But now, gender role has been kind of the male. Okay, let me take it from the male perspective. For the men, then they knew their place. Like I go out, I work, I do all the money, make all the money, and bring it home. She does all that, and this is my place. This is what I do. I'm the one. I'm the only one bringing the money in. It is a man's job to bring the money in, and it's her place to take care of the home. And they grow up from childhood, primary school, secondary school, university. That's all they've been taught. They've been taught, yes, this is your place, this is your role. When you get married, this is what you do, you know. And a lot of them have come to realize that, as usual, I like stories, so I'll tell you a story. Andrew always knew, okay, like from primary school, high school, when he gets married, he takes care of his wife. His wife doesn't need to work. You know, he needs to do his parts and all that. So he met Flora and they got married. And everything was great. But the thing was, he asked Flora to become a housewife and Flora refused. She went to university, she has a master's. Getting married doesn't mean she'll throw away all her years of education and sit in the house. And she also has a life, a purpose to pursue. And he was like, okay, fine, no problem. And he brings home the money. She was still doing all the chores, you know, cleaning, cooking, doing all that. But Andrew did not understand why he had to be the one to bring home all the money. Actually, Flora was earning more than he did, but she didn't bring a dime to contribute to the home front. Every naira he makes, she might buy something, she will come back and wait for him to bring the money. It's his job. And he kept being resentful about it. This woman is earning more than I am earning. Why is she not bringing any money home? Why is this happening? Am I not the one that is meant to be bringing home the money? Why is she struggling for my place with me? Like, now she earns more money than I do, and she's not lifting a finger. She's doing nothing. All the stress is on my head. He's always thinking about house rent, electricity bills, generator, the fuel, everything was on him, and he was tired. You're earning more than I do. Why are you not bringing anything? And Flora be like, you're the man of the house. It's your place to bring home all the money. Yeah. And Andrew was not happy about it for one bit. And then Andrew lost his job. And now Flora had to take over, take care of the home front. Andrew felt like lesser man if he was angry. Like, this is my role, this is my job. She's doing my job. I'm no more the man. I'm no more the man. She's doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing this, but she's doing it. He felt lesser. Like he wasn't good enough. Like he had failed as a man, you know. And then Flora was even happy about it. You need to get a job. You can't just be sitting around. Then Andrew turned to his neighbor's cousin, a younger girl in the neighborhood who lived around. And he supposedly found love there and he started cheating on his wife. His justification was, I'm a man. I can marry a second wife if I want. I'll do a topic on this later. So Flora couldn't take it anymore. I forgot. Andrew got a job finally, and now he was earning more than Flora, but he still won't stop cheating on Flora. Flora couldn't take it anymore. She packed her things, took her kids, and she left. Divorce over. Marriage was over. It ended. And now let's look at it from a female perspective. Laura, I know, Rara. Laura was always the best. She was always the best in school. She took first in primary school, secondary school. She was ace, top of her class. All the way into law school, graduated, went to the bars, finished that, started practicing law. She was fantastic. She was great. And then she got married. She met the love of her life, John, and they got married. And then they moved in together. He was bringing home money. Or she was like, but they both agreed on it. Like, you're working, I'm working. So before they got married, actually, like, yeah, you contribute. We both contribute towards the home front. Everybody was okay with it. They were fine with it. So Laura was working. John was working. All John had to do was go to work, come back, wait for his meals. His food comes to meet him. He goes to the bedroom. Then she comes to meet him, and he gets some. And then she wakes up really early in the morning because they are kids now. And all John does is just go to work and come back. And Laura looked at it like, when I was single, I was earning money. I was cooking, cleaning, taking care of myself alone, What benefits then does this John, my husband, bring into this relationship aside the part money he's bringing? I cook. I'm the cook or chef. I'm the nanny. I'm the baby oven. My body changes. I give birth to babies for this man. I am the school teacher. I take care of the kids. I clean up after them. I clean up after this grown man. I do the laundry. I do every goddamn thing in the house. I am very tired. And then I still have to go into the bedroom and become his whore or his prostitute. Give him some action. I wake up very early, around 4 a.m. Make sure everything is clean. The kids are ready for school. He's still asleep. He wakes up when he pleases and breakfast is ready. We both go to work, come back. And I get home late, like 5, 6 or later, thanks to Lagos traffic. And I still have to make sure the kids' homeworks are done. I still make sure food is available. What value then is he bringing into the relationship? It make sense at all. It doesn't make any sense. It make no sense at all. She told herself. And she was like, and she looked at it, and he was even cheating. He had started cheating on her. Like, why am I killing myself in this? Can't do this no more. She just served him divorce papers. I'm sorry. It's not working. And she left. So looking at these two stories, then pre-modern times, in the days of our mothers and grandmothers, like I said, it didn't work. Even if they worked, maybe they owned a small kiosk or small business or provision store which they could close easily and go home and do all the things they needed to do. Majority were actually housewives, or maybe majority were housewives actually. And then they didn't have money of their own. The man brought in all the money. And like I said, the relationship was symbiotic. You're doing this, we all know our place. I'm not earning the money, you are. You're cleaning, you're doing this. And then when the men, because a lot of them did cheat that period, when the men cheat, or when the husband cheats, or cheated, because it's past, she couldn't do much. Because she looked at it like, they would look at it during that time period like, okay, I don't have any money, I have children, they need to go to school. The law then didn't really favor women. They need to go to school. If I decide to leave now, they might take my kids from me. And how do I support them? And then how do I live and not do this and not be married anymore? What will people say? What's going to happen? They might think I'm the person that caused my marriage to fail. So many things. And a lot of women stayed. A lot of women from that period stayed in their marriages. Like, I can't do anything. I can't take care of my kids. I can't take care of myself. He's the provider. And what will people say? I'm the wife. It's a man's place. It's a man's nature to cheat. All I have to just do is take care of the home, take care of my kids, and that's fine. So they accepted it and they stayed. Some didn't really have any choice. Like I said, the money and society at the time then, you know. They would even tell the woman, you self, stay, he's the man, you can even marry two wives, so many things, so many things. They tolerated a lot, especially. But now, in Laura's time, things are different. She's earning money, he's no more the provider. She can earn that money herself. And even if she isn't earning that much, he will have to provide also for the kids. The laws are kind of favorable now to some extent. You know, he has to pay his own part for the kids. And I don't have to tolerate all this. I don't really care about what people will say. I can get better out there. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need all this extra stress. Cooking, cleaning after a grown adult. Like, really? After a grown adult, cooking, cleaning, washing up after him, and he's doing nothing, just going to work, coming back and dropping little money. Can't do it. So you see, tolerance then was really high because maybe they probably didn't have any option, and the times then were different. Women didn't really have a choice because of the society they lived in then. Many, yeah, the religion and the culture, lots of people took that into consideration and they stayed. But now, yeah, the religion and the culture is there still. But even John was telling Laura things like, you're not submissive enough, blah, 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 blah. You're the wife, you need to be submissive. I'm a man, I can do this, I can do that. She left. Like, I can't do this. Please. When I was single, I was happier. Look at me now, I'm all aged, tired. You're not contributing anything aside money, of which I'm also bringing money in. So what are you bringing into my life? Yeah, you gave me kids, but I also carried them in my body as my body changed. You just donated sperm. And you're cheating. And she left. The tolerance then, tolerance now. Two different things. So now, the men and the women are going through, should I say culture shock? No. Through um, maybe personality, identity change. Like, you're not sure who you are anymore. Like, this is who I've been told I'm supposed to be all my life. I'm supposed to provide, I'm supposed to do this. And then I get in, it's not as expected. Why? For the men, they're going through like, I'm not all that I was told I was supposed to be. I'm supposed to provide, I'm supposed to be the Lord and Master. Okay, if I'm not using the right words, like, I'm supposed to be the head of the house, doing everything, making all the decisions. You know, even the religions say so. The man is the head. The woman is supposed to listen and do whatever I want her to do. She has to be submissive. And for the women, they're like, okay, I'm supposed to cook, clean, but I'm still bringing in money. Why do I have to tolerate all this? And he's still cheating and he's telling me this. But I can make decisions too. So yeah, there's a whole gender personality problem between the two times. In the modern times and the old times. Personalities now are different. What's expected of the genders is actually different. But the problem now is the males are still expecting the mothers and grandmothers they knew from the women they're marrying now, and that's not possible. And some women are expecting the fathers and grandfathers they knew them who did all the provision solely alone. That's not possible in these present times, modern times. the economy is crazy. That whole financial burden is a lot for anybody to carry. So, all people, men looking at it like she's doing all this, my money is our money and her money is our money. They can't take it. Like, why are you selfish? So, there's a whole lot of, you know, this is what I expect and it's not happening anymore. This is what I was told. This is what happened then and it's not happening now anymore. I think, okay, so what then is the solution? It might be hard for a while to accept that the notion of the submissive women or the mothers and wives we had in the past is not possible anymore because a lot of women expect their men to be responsible for their actions. They also expect more. Like, what are you bringing to the table? Even men now expect more. Like, what are you bringing to the table? So, yeah, I think that's what's causing the clash. The tolerance level of then and now are two different things. Expectations, yes, expectations have changed. And then the role that the male thought he was supposed to play, it's not looking that way anymore because things have changed. And for the females, she's not willing to accept the role she has been told she was supposed to play from her mothers and grandmothers. Like, I have a purpose, so I need to work. If you're doing this, you also have to be, two hands need to be on deck. People have different expectations. The expectations now and then are two different things. Both people are working, both parties are working, so both have expectations. Its a solution is, I think, people need to find a middle ground somewhat. And the tolerance that our mothers had for cheating men is not as it is now. Then and now, two different things. The women tolerated their husbands doing all that because they didn't. Most of them felt they didn't have a choice. They were not working, and the society then would judge them harshly. So many stayed unhappily in their marriages for their children, and so many other reasons. But now, so now I think there has to be a middle ground of sorts. If you're a male, a man, and you think you want the kind of woman who your mom or grandmother was, who sat home and waited for the husband to bring home the bacon and she was the homemaker, you know, make sure you look for a female who agrees totally 100% to that kind of perspective. Yes, this is your job and this is my job. You're the homemaker and I'm the homemaker and you're the home breadwinner. You get. And then if you're female, you look for a man who agrees. Like, yeah, we are doing everything as a partnership. We're working together. It's not just you carrying all the load. We're working. You're working. I'm working. We meet. There's a middle ground somewhere. I'm doing extra, not just bringing home money, because you're also bringing home money. So yeah, that's what I think. And if you're the type who likes to cheat as a man or as a woman, if you're a man, you look for a woman who doesn't mind, who believes that it's a man's place to have, as an African man, to have as much women as possible. You can have your wife and have your concubines and mistresses, or even marry a second or third wife. So basically, everybody should look for their kind. Times have changed. Role and gender roles have kind of changed. They're like same now of sorts. Everybody's working. Most people are working and bringing home money, and most women expect you know men to do more. So gender role is becoming an issue. Like, there's this problem of I don't know where I stand anymore. Going on with the men and also with the women. I can't do this. I can't stand this. And the man, who am I? What's my role as a man? I don't know it anymore. I was told this is when I was growing up. My father was this, my grandfather, my uncles told me this, and it's not what I am seeing right now. So there's a gender role confusion and misplacement, and anger is setting in, tolerance is low. You know, you can't expect women now to be the women of 50, 40, 30 years ago. It will keep, it's even getting, it will keep changing. It will keep changing. It will keep changing. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So both genders, the husband and the wife, they need to work together. They need to understand. Do you expect the traditional home, or do you expect a modern home? And how do we meet in the middle? How do we work together to make our unit work? If not, the divorce rate will keep going higher and higher. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think. So champ, hope my thoughts on this have been able to help you somehow, as imperfect as they are. So I think that's a problem now. Gender role confusion is a lot, especially from the males who didn't expect that, and from the females as well who can't see themselves doing and tolerating what their mothers tolerated. So yes. Okay, champ. Do not forget that you're a champ, and I love you, and God loves you. Bye, champ.